No, that title isn't clickbait. And yes, if you're for some reason getting this news for the first time today, League of Legends 2 is actually happening. But it's obviously not actually League 2. Last night at about 5 o'clock, a Bloomberg article came out saying that League Next is going to be hitting our PCs apparently in 2027. League Next being the internal code name for the next generation of League of Legends. Yes, I paid $3 for that Bloomberg article, and honestly, I still think good journalism is worth supporting. I have no problem with the money that I spent there. But Riot, smartly in this case, because I know there's some times where they just put it off and avoid it, had the video ready. And the second this news started to gain a little bit of traction, they put out their dev blog saying, yes, an update to League of Legends is coming, and no, it will not be a brand new game. Because I know, and understandably, a lot of people were worried, like, hey, League 2, would I lose my skins? Would all this stuff happen? This isn't officially a new game. There are some pretty big changes, including getting rid of the old client. But most importantly, it will still be the same game. Think of this for those that were around back then, because I know there's many new players. Like some of you old heads like think, oh, well, back in my day, everybody should know about the League of Legends visual update from 2015. You'd be surprised how many people in the replies and in the comments of this video, which by the way, put down below what year you started playing League of Legends. I want to have a little bit of a trial on this. Many people weren't around for that. I've never touched League when it doesn't look like it does right now. I wasn't here before the visual update. So that pre-2015 time is a foreign land to me, in the same way that for a new generation, the pre-2027 version of League of Legends will eventually make you a dinosaur. So this is basically going to be League of Legends Generation 3, or League Gen 3, which I think is really catchy. If Riot, you want to, use that, I think that's good. Your skins are safe, your champions are safe, you don't have to worry about anybody being killed off. The big changes that will be coming are, as mentioned previously, a brand new client. Medler mentioned in one of his comments that apparently, I mean, we all know this from when we load up. You load up League of Legends, and it's the separate little client thing. You then open it up, and it opens up another instance of League of Legends separate from said client. And then there, like, I don't fully know the tech behind it. Either way, it sucks. Like, let's be honest. It just flat out sucks. Anytime you load up the game or like get out of a game, there's a ton of bugs, a ton of issues, so many limitations that have existed in League for many years due to the freaking god-awful coding of this client, which I get is built on the legacy code of League of Legends. I don't care. It sucks. We're getting a new client, and that's amazing. We are notably getting updated graphics, which honestly, I can't quite think of how that's going to look other than, I know there were some people that bashed me whenever I said that whatever the mobile game that's being played over in China is, not Mobile Legends. Hang on, I downloaded it on my phone. What's the name of it? Honor of Kings. That's what it was. I know some people said they didn't like it. I loaded it in and thought, man, this game looks crisp and feels crisp. And I'm hoping that's what we get out of the next generation, even if it obviously needs to look separate from a mobile game. Like, that's the only thing that I'm a little bit worried about with that graphic update is, like, sometimes, like, new isn't always better. Think of SpongeBob, for example. I don't think the newer SpongeBob looks better than the older one, even if obviously it is, like, sharper around the edges. But on top of the client, on top of the graphics, you're getting a new player experience overhaul, which means it should be easier to get people into League of Legends, even if the existing problems of, 170 plus champs, obviously the game being naturally complicated, power creep being a thing, all those will still exist, obviously. Beyond that, we don't know much more, and Riot's not going to put out any additional information until between MSI and Worlds during 2026, which then we will finally get a timetable, some previews, and much more of what we can expect and when we can expect it to happen or be implemented into the actual game. So in the spirit of this, since we've got some time, I would just want to put my list out there to Riot of what I specifically really want to see in League Gen 3, since we've got the upgrades going. And the first should be the most obvious thing in the world that I've been preaching for a bit. Can you guess it? I'll give you 2 seconds. Premier. Premier needs to be in League of Legends. Clash is a thing of the past. It is terrible. It is god-awful. If you want to have Clash in the game, fine. Give ARAM Clash, okay? Let ARAM Mayhem, let that be the thing. It's a fun, quirky little tournament game mode, fine. Premier needs to be in League of Legends. And for those of you that don't know what that is, it is a 5v5 casual rec league, basically, built into the client, where you play weeks of regular season matches. If you qualify through your regular season, you go to playoffs, and then you play for trophy points, whatever it might be. And at the highest elos, it actually is your feeder into the amateur leagues that feed into the LCS, the LEC, etc. It's directly done in game. Think of basically if they could find a way to run like your LEC, like D2 leagues, so your LFL and all those, like directly through the client. Like imagine that. That'd be freaking wild, right? That's basically what Premier is. It's been needed for so long. It is the better way to play League of Legends. Currently, I think Flex is a god-awful answer to this. And if you're not going to give us ranked teams, I think, honestly, Premier is just the way to do it. Even if you're only playing once a week with your squad of 5, that's fine. Let me play once a week with my squad of 5. I grew up on game battles, okay? 2007, my 0-42 ass in COD 4 using a G36C whenever everybody else was using the M16 because I hated the burst rifles. I didn't care. I still loaded up game battles, scheduled another match. But I couldn't figure out the rules for those of you. That's a 2007 Easter egg for those of you that played back then. The amount of times that I got my team DQ'd for having the wrong settings was freaking hilarious. But hey, 13-year-old me was having fun. Screw off. I think that's the single biggest change that you can make that would appease the competitive community, with the exception of my number 2, which is voice comms. I know it's a controversial topic for many, but I'm sorry, it needs to be in the game. If we're talking new player experience and what new people, the whole goal of this is attracting new players to League of Legends. New players demand voice comms. The next generation does. I'm sorry if you don't like that. It's the truth. I teach kids golf. We talk Roblox and Minecraft like all the time there. Age from 6 all the way up to 18. So I get the full spectrum. And they all agree because I've asked them casually about this. It's like, do any of you guys play League of Legends? The answer is no. Okay, got that. Do you play Fortnite? A little bit. We play more Roblox now. Okay, do you need voice chat in Roblox? Well, yeah, why would I play a game without voice chat? Enough said. Enough said. Don't think I need to say anymore. It's the younger generation telling you that. I don't care how toxic you think the League community is. We need voice comms in this damn game. My third thing, because I'm not going to take a hazard of a guess of like what the Rift looks like or like the visual updates, at least in game. There's one cosmetic thing that I need changed now. And this kind of helps out esports with a video that was supposed to come out today, will now be Monday because of the rescheduling of like, this is too big of news not to talk about. I need a better way to display my personality in game. And I don't know whether it's like just getting rid of the title and emblem system, like the loading screen, whatever it might be. Give me a title card, like a proper title card that will then allow me to have, say a Sentinels or Team Liquid or FlyQuest or T1, whatever esports org you want. Allow more customization that I can show off the things that I enjoy in game, which then feeds into esports being a thing. If you're not going to give us chromas of skins or some sort of version the same way that Valorant gives their pistol every single year, I at least need something that when I load up into a lobby or when people see me loading in, they see beyond this tiny little circle in the game that shows that, hey, I'm a fan of this team. Okay, I just need that to be a thing. That's monetization that's being left on the table right now in low esports. I won't dive into that too much right now. I'm saving that for Monday's video because I got a whole 10 minutes talking about it. And my final thing, I know I've never talked about this really on this channel because I focus more on esports. And also when I play almost exclusively solo queue. This is my year in LoL. And yeah, I think that speaks for itself that I play solo queue more than anything when I'm not playing custom games or, well, like my rec league that I play with my friends. I think this happens before we get to the like revamp point, but I think ARAM Mayhem needs to be the standard ARAM. Like it needs to be a permanent thing in League of Legends. This mode is pretty much replacing in the hearts of many like the love for ARAM. And I put a TikTok out on it like a week and a half ago. And everybody said, yeah, no, I'm going to play ARAM a lot less whenever this mode goes away. So I think that needs to be baked in some capacity, which I think happens before League 2. But I'm just putting that opinion out there now, just in case Riot sees it. And, for some reason you're watching this video, Riot, hi from New York. Hope you're doing well. Beyond that, honestly, there's not all that much that I'm looking for in this game other than things just running smoother and looking cleaner. The reality is for me, I genuinely love this game. I know there's worries about things possibly dying off, and this is a very, very good step in the right direction of just making it fresh for the next generation and trying to attract the next generation of players to keep this going for a long period of time. Now, I'm a personal believer that you don't have to play League of Legends to also enjoy watching it. It's the same thing with American football. How many of us have actually played American football in our lives? Not all that many, but the people that play it and do love it are obsessed with it. And like we can't imagine, like the Super Bowl is the biggest or most watched sporting event in the United States for a reason, okay? And almost all of us that have ever watched that have never once stepped on a football field other than to either walk for our high school graduation ceremony or just to be on the field for the sake of saying that we were on there, or for a soccer game, you name it. I've always made the argument that league can succeed without everybody playing it, but obviously in a world where everybody is playing it, that makes a hell of a lot easier. And I'm just happy that this update is finally coming because it feels like it's going to bring some energy into people. And I'll leave you with this Easter egg. I've actually known about this for a lot longer of a period of time than this video. But I had a friend that worked at Riot. Okay, it doesn't work at Riot anymore. But we went out to lunch one day, and one of the first things they said was, you understand that like a League 2 is coming, or like a version of it is coming, right? And I always have my suspicions, obviously. Like there's a lot of things that I just assume Riot is doing because if I'm thinking of it, they're definitely thinking about it. But this was, I want to say like 4 years ago now that I was told this information. Maybe 5. No, not 4. Probably 4. And it's just not one of those things that I could ever say publicly because like, hey, I'm not under NDA, but you just want to, you know, friends telling you this out of the kindness of their heart. Boy, does it feel good, though, to finally be able to talk about this shit publicly. Because, man, I've been excited and waiting for this moment to come for such a long period of time. And there were always people that were like, it's never going to happen. Riot would never update it. The game's dying. All this. Meanwhile, I know it's being updated in the background. And it's like, I can't tell you, like, that I know this. And I can't obviously reveal it. But, dear God, is it finally nice to know that this is hitting the public eye. And maybe it will restore some faith in some people in this community who tend to be a little bit more pessimistic, thinking that, oh, the game's gonna die off. Well, get in, loser. We're playing League till at least 2050, or at least my ass is. I don't care whether you're playing or not. I'm gonna have a good time.